Oh, I'm live. Okay, cool. Let me share. What's up? We're doing the five mind or the building mental strength presentation. So I'm gonna share my screen. Now I'm finally live on YouTube. How do you find the YouTube? So you should be able to find it looking up Better Therapy now. Or no, it's just my YouTube, like YouTube Ocon, and you can find the live stream. Let me see. Okay, so building mental strength. I think discipline is the thing that people are going to be most interested in. So when I look at my Instagram, not my Instagram, but when I look at my YouTube channels, the video that has the two videos that have the most um, viewership is the one about polarization, that men should be more polarizing, and then the other one is about discipline. And the quality of the video is like really bad. It's just a little short from one of my courses, and I think the title is what engaged people. I'll be really interested to see what happens when the thumbnails start publishing, because everything's scheduled in the future and thumbnails don't start for like another couple of weeks. It's not until like April or something like that thumbnails start. So we'll look at that. But yesterday I was really torn over what I wanted to put in the presentation. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is make a PDF out of the workbook so that I can give that for free. That'll be one free thing. Somebody's calling from work. Healing Human Services, go speaking.
Yeah, this is Dr. Kerbat at Dignity Levine. I have a patient here that I think came from your facility, Daisha Chino.
Yes.
Is that somebody that...
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she came in requesting detox, and I think she probably would benefit from more of an inpatient detox facility.
Yeah.
Acutely. I don't think that's what you guys do, but I didn't know if you guys can help facilitate that.
Yeah, we definitely can. So she probably needs something. We can refer her to Virtue Recovery, which is one of our partners.
Okay.
And then they can do transportation. And I can call. I'm not even sure if they do like pickups on the weekend. I can call and they should, because they're a 7 days a week facility.
Yeah.
You're gonna have intake today, so I'm not sure how to work it best, because I usually work like direct with client. Like, would I give you their number and you reach out, or?
And I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Okay.
So that's an inpatient.
Yeah.
Where they can get medications and so forth.
Correct.
For detox.
Yes.
Virtue Recovery.
I randomly got like a call about something. I don't even know. Whoa. Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay. A whole bunch of stuff happened. I don't understand why this has to happen in the middle of my work. Okay, back to the plan. So that's what I'm looking at. I want to add things that are going to be beneficial to, whoa, that's a lot of money, beneficial to the people that are taking it. And I think people are really interested in being more consistent and being more disciplined. And that's just like overall, like a thing that people care about. Let me get back live. I don't understand why this stuff happens like at the times when it's most inconvenient. I get these random calls. Like, when have I ever gotten a referral call on a Sunday? It doesn't make any sense. It's just dumb. I'll probably get another call like in 5 seconds. And then I have to close that and close everything. And I don't know. It's just stupid. But anyway, so I think these things are good. The next thing that I want to do, so like I said before, the entire workbook, which is like 155 page, giving that out as a PDF would be really beneficial. And then offering the tenacity and triumph to like increase tenacity, and then emphasize this idea that, okay, you can be consistent and disciplined in terms of doing the right thing, but you'll really see the needle move if you increase tenacity. And that's what the next course is about, is like how to increase tenacity. And yeah, that's what I think I can sell. Just doing something on discipline would be like really, really good though. If it was just, I just think there's other things like, like mindset related stuff. But there's some other things. So there's, okay, you can kind of see, I just want to make sure. Oh, you can't see. Okay. Let me stop sharing. I'll share the list of stuff that I have on the workbook. Again, this is like for free available. Let me see if I can put a link. Okay, let me put a link to everything. All right. I should have started with this, but this is a link to all the courses. Oh, I have to like decrease the number of things I put in there. Okay. Oh, can't see what's going on. Whatever. Okay, let me do this again. Let me just do 2 messages. Let me see if this will work. It's weird how you like, I don't know the rules of messaging things until I try to message something. There we go. Are we good? Golly. They're killing me. All right. You can't do one thing at a time. This. That's good. So now what does that look like? No, don't learn more. Okay, there we go. So that first one is the ebook, which really cheap. The next thing is the free online course. You just click the link and you go straight to the online course. And this is about building mental strength. There it goes. And then the next one is tenacity and triumph, which is the one that I'll try to sell them. I'll try to sell them on the book and that. And then today we'll be working on a journal, like a journal that I can create. And then I might as well put my website on there too. Loop. So yeah. Okay. So curiosity mind. So now that we're on this, you can see like the things that are highlighted is like what I really want to go over. So discipline is freedom, talking about that concept. And then now some of it is informational, understanding the role of willpower and self-control, exploring how habits form and their impact on behavior, which that should probably go down here with the habit formation and breaking bad habits. But I'm kind of skipping the visualization, although I think there's a lot of potential in visualization. Create mental clarity and motivation to achieve discipline related objectives. Like I probably should just have this whole, like just the discipline mindset, just put the whole thing in there, like just put that in there, which I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do all of discipline mindset except for the role of physical health in discipline, only because I don't want to like go in there and give some like weird advice about something and then somebody have like some allergic reaction of some sort. Gosh, this thing is like breaking. Oh, okay, my desk is breaking, but whatever. Yes, I want to avoid like any like nutrition advice. Like don't eat McDonald's is my nutrition advice, even though McDonald's is amazing. So I think this is what I want to do. Yeah. So this whole first part, even the unhighlighted parts. So going over psychology of discipline, visualization, SMART goals, habit formation and breaking bad habits, time management strategies, and mindfulness and focus. And then the thing that I'm worried about is that I would like them to, I need something at least in the beginning to be like the most impactful thing, like whatever I think is the most impactful thing that they don't know, like the most impactful thing for a person that the average person doesn't know is how I want to start out, and then go from like most impactful to like least impactful, but end with something that's really good too. Right. Because I feel like since mindfulness and stuff, all this stuff is talked about so often, then a lot of this stuff is going to be known. Right. So I want to get to a point where I want to present something that's useful. And that's why I have like these workbooks. I'll have things in all different like learning formats. One will be a workbook. So you'll have a workbook, you'll have a collection of videos, you'll have a workbook, a collection of videos, a workbook, collection of videos. What else? Oh, and then an ebook. And then lastly, I need to get an audio. I need to just reach out to this audiobook person. And I also need to look into KDP and figure out this the paperback, because it'd be nice to buy some paperbacks and have like 10 of them there. And then if they buy them, they buy them. I'll have my Halcyon thing, and then we'll kind of go through there. But purpose. I do want to talk about purpose. Defining commitments beyond yourself, the role of vulnerability in finding your purpose, building resilience through purpose. Yeah, these are all really good. And what I'm thinking of doing is making like a shorter version of this. So say I because I can make like a shorter workbook that is specifically for the presentation. So like a reduced workbook, right? Because I think curiosity mindset, I don't think really relates to what I want to do, because I'm going to go to all types of places. I think sales places would be really good because you have to be really resilient to be a salesperson. And then I think, sales and marketing places would be really good because you need resilience. And then healthcare, like all types of healthcare places would be really good. The problem with healthcare is that a lot of them will already know this because they practice it all the time. Like any healthcare place, I never look at this, but any healthcare place that I do, or that I've worked in, they have like group sessions, and the BHTs will facilitate these groups. And you don't have to be like an actual therapist or a licensed teacher or anything, a licensed clinician. You don't even have to be a licensed behavioral health technician to go into like a psych ward, in type of inpatient setting and do the daily groups. They usually have multiple groups a day, and they're on very basic things, on things like meditating, on things like identifying, like making goals, SMART goals, maybe even visualization. So I would have to think of things outside of that to help myself. To make it seem useful for them. I think what would really be useful for a lot of them is to present this whole workbook and say it's completely free. And not only can you use it for yourself, but you can also use it for your clients. So you can really just go down there, print the thing off, and then go through the worksheet. And like maybe they need to talk about or think about like understanding an abundance mindset. Maybe they need to shift perceptions from scarcity to possibility. Like worksheets on those topics, I think would be really good. Okay. So I think that's the thing. And then I think the purpose-driven stuff and all that is good for anybody. So it's like, hey, go down there and download the whole thing, or you can download like kind of the reduced version or whatever it is. And all these are all of these are really good things I could do. Okay, there were some things that I liked, like bits and pieces. I didn't do a whole lot of abundance mindset stuff. But I do like gratitude as a tool for resilience. Not so much, gratitude, daily gratitude practices, and then gratitude as a tool for resilience is really good. So I'll put that in there at the end. Yep. And I'll just take out this one because I don't really care. How to focus on positive qualities and love. Oh, well, damn. I like all this. I can't even get over all of it. But yeah, this is a good lineup. This is a lot though. Like I don't want to do so much. Like I'm going to really reduce this because I want to talk about all these products. I think the ideal scenario would be to go there with the 2 online courses, all the workbooks, the ebook, which all that stuff is there already, but to add on to that, some paperback copies of Building Our Mental Strength for the Rest of Us, so they can have some. So there could be something there, and they can look at it and say, "Oh, okay, this is like kind of a legit thing, or something I can at least use." And it's a super cheap. Well, I'll make it as cheap as possible. The paperback is going to be more expensive because they have to print the paper, so all that goes into, and the shipping and all this. So it's gonna be like $10 or $15. It's gonna be something crazy. But there's a lot of people who only like physical copies. So that's what I would want to capitalize on, is like having physical copies. But let's see. Okay, so these are the actual things. And like, see, there we go. In your own words, describe what willpower means to you. And I've done this with like actual clients. I don't know how much they like it, but it's like, what would go on an actual presentation, because I think this is a good area to get stuff that would require audience engagement. Define willpower and self-control. In your own words, describe what willpower means. Yes, and then self-control, which even I have when I'm explaining like because the way that this section defines willpower and self-control, like willpower is resisting the urge to do something in the short term that you want to do in the name of the long-term goal or your future self, right? And then so that's like kind of resisting an urge, whereas self-control is almost like a emotional regulation. You can regulate your emotions, your thoughts, and your behavior. So you can manage your emotions, your thoughts, and your behaviors so that they are in line with your values and your goals. That's the difference between self-control. Willpower is more about a continual focus on the long term, and self-control is a management of emotions so that you don't impulsively act. Those are the two things. I think that's really what I want to get out of that. Yeah, I like this though. So I think the first piece of this is that, oh shoot, wrong thing. No, exit, boop, there we go. So the first piece of this, and I want to kind of willpower, or we'll say the psychology of discipline, right? And then the bullet point is willpower versus self-control. I don't think I'm showing this. Let me switch. Which one is it? There we go. Okay, willpower versus self-control, and like willpower. A continual sacrifice of term pleasure for long goals. Control, a management of emotions so that you reduce the impulse to, so I guess that you have greater impulse control. Right? Let me see what else I got in there. There's quite a bit in there. Highlight that willpower is a finite resource. Okay. You want to think of willpower. Think of willpower as a resource that is finite. You will run out of willpower the same way you run out of. So this is something that makes sense to me and that I believe. So the beginning of the presentation would be the psychology of discipline. And I would do a comparison of, or differentiate really, not kind of compare and contrast, but differentiate between willpower on one hand and self-control on the other hand. And define each. Willpower is a continual sacrifice for short-term pleasure in the name of long-term goals. And this requires energy. It's a finite resource. Resource is finite, and it requires energy, right? And you will run out of willpower the same way you run out of energy. So the important point to think of is you have to identify what time in the day you have the most amount of energy. That you have the most amount of energy. And you have to design your life around doing the most impactful work during that time. So during the time that your willpower is on full. When I was in my 20s, my willpower was on full for whatever reason late at night. I was just like a night owl. I used to always go through, I would do stuff in the morning, like I would work out in the morning or do whatever I did during the morning, but I got really focused for some reason late at night. And I would just kind of go, and when I say late at night, I mean like maybe like just in the evening or the late evening. And to me, I would get energy when I saw that I was able to work from like 9 o'clock until 1 a.m. or something. And of course I would oversleep the next day, especially if I was doing it multiple days in a row. Like eventually I'd oversleep, but I didn't care too much about the morning, and the morning just didn't give me energy. I just wasn't inspired in the morning. Then after going, I think a couple of things happened that changed that. Going to the military was a big one because you had to be up early in the morning. And I did almost a decade in the military. So I did 8 years and 10 months. So because of that, I became a morning person over time. And now it's the morning that gives me energy. And I try to maximize the morning. I try to wake up as early as I possibly can every day, between 2 and 3:30. This morning I overslept though. I didn't wake up until like 4. But I try to maximize my time in the morning so that I can get the most out of it. So and I think that's the thing and I try to construct my entire life around the morning. Like I plan my day so that when I wake up in the morning, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I and I put the difficult tasks up first, those tasks that I avoid. Any task that makes me that gives me a little bit of anxiety is a sign of a task um, that I'm avoiding. That's how I identify it. I have to ask the question. It's important that they know this. They have to ask the question is like, what task in your life gives you a little bit of a sense of anxiety? What makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable? You have to kind of listen to your body when that happens. That's the task that you're probably avoiding, and that's the task you need to place in the time of day when your willpower is at its max. Um, and now I have to kind of think about like what challenges will come to me um, when I present this, because I could see some people be like, well, I have kids and I have work in a day, but the time when I have the most willpower is like in the evening. But my willpower kind of gets sucked out by all the tasks during the day, right? So that's like valid, and I don't really know what the answer is to that. I'm not sure what the answer is to that. It's like, okay, well, you don't have a chance to have any willpower. Yeah, it's like, well, how do I get to a point where I can kind of construct willpower? I think the best answer to that is the next phase of this, which is kind of engineering discipline, which is not even discipline, but it's just habit formation. And everybody talks about habits, and there's really good books about it, and all these people like super habit gurus. But I think there's a lot of habit gurus because habits are the answer. It's like almost like a bypass of needing to use any willpower or self control. You just stack the deck in your favor by constructing habits. That's the way that you do that, because it is a valid concern. Like, okay, well, I'm in a marriage. We have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 kids. My time of day to get the most done is at this time, but all the family stuff and work stuff and everything sucks out all the energy in me, so that I can't get to that time of day or that place where I have energy, you know. And I think, and a common answer would be like, oh well, then you just have to like do it where you have opportunity, which I think could be another answer. Like, okay, well, you need to work on this thing, because this presentation really is for people who have have a set of goals or one big goal, and they want to accomplish it. That's really what this is. Or people who want to just live a more productive life. Like, that's, I think, who would get the most out of this. Anyway, you have to identify. So what did I say last? You have to identify what time in the day that you have the most amount of energy. And construct your routine around that time. Okay. This is big, of emotions, so that you have greater impulse control. This also requires energy, self-control. So a management of emotions so that you have greater impulse control. I'm not too sure like how that would be valuable. It's depleted over time and replenished with rest and practice. Rest and what? With rest and with rest. I don't really get how like practice. What do they mean by that? I don't know what I was talking about. Anyway. Okay. It's like, how does self-control help you in your life? I wonder if I could construct an app that kind of goes through this workbook. Yeah, and just like maybe every day ask them questions about this stuff. I don't know. Set a mini goal. Identify one small goal for the week that requires willpower. Yeah, reflecting plan, daily self-control plan. Write down one task you focus on today that requires discipline, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Visualization is a powerful mental tool that See, I don't think I can really go into visualization next. I think I would have to go to um, like the habits, the habit formation and breaking bad habits. Yeah, trying to think like how this would work. The psychology of discipline, the power of self-control, continual sacrifice of short-term pleasure for long-term goals, emotion, so that you have greater impulse control. So how do you increase? Let me see what this is, what they say. I'm just wondering how to increase self-control. Mhm. Um, so the first one was increase self-awareness. So improving self-control, naming the emotion. How would that be useful for people? Um, I think I think that's decent. It's not like life-changing or like really that great. It's definitely not like a shortcut. Like there's no I think people will be mostly attracted to stuff that seems that's I don't know. They'll be I don't want to say like easy, but they'll be attracted to something that is like, oh, just do that, like just take this one thing and you'll be cured. Right? That's what people like. That's gonna attract the most people. If I had discipline in a pill and I was like, just take this pill and you'll be more disciplined, then people would be really drawn to that. So I'm not offering that. That's not what I'm offering. It's gonna require some work, but ultimately, it's like I think a good question is why do people want to be more disciplined? I think that's a question we have to ask. Like, why do people want to be more disciplined? That's an important question. Let me see if I can get some answers for that. Because these are all good. Like I think it would work. Like I think if gosh, what's going on now? I think if people named the emotion, then they would have more self control, right? But yeah, they would have more self control because but then you have to get into the habit of naming your emotions, right? That's which I think is also legit. Like get into the habit of naming your emotions. So how do you do that? I get my memories full. Born. Oh my gosh. Micro exposure therapy. Pretty commit. These are actually really good. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, like increase self awareness to catch impulses early. So name the emotion. I'm feeling like if you're feeling frustrated, I'm feeling frustrated. If you're feeling tempted, I'm feeling tempted, and just practicing. But you have to identify what area do you want to be more disciplined in, and or express more self control in. Like you have to recognize where your impulses get the best of you and then get in the habit of naming that emotion. And then you start naming that emotion. So it's like, well, then how do I get into the habit of naming that emotion? Like how do I make naming my emotion a habit? Which would be the next thing. I think that would be good actually. That'd be really good. Can they stop saying learn? Like I just want to get this out of the way. Don't learn more. Nope. Let's see. So where was I at? This is something that's take a while. Increase self-awareness. But I do like this though. Like that's really good. And they had 10 of them. Dang. Yeah, increase self-awareness to catch impulses early. Because I think impulse control is the cause of a lot of discipline issues. There's train that impulse delay, physical disruption, future self-connection, reducing dopamine hits, delayed gratification. Train your willpower muscle. To practice your strength, the stronger it becomes. Okay, so let me come up with some. Let me jot down some answers. And I think what I could do, because this is going to be like a free training, it's like a free training that people can have, and it'll also provide some stuff that for free that people can have and they can print off if they want it, and it's put together for them. And it took me a little bit of time to do it, and it's just like I think what it will provide for people out there is something that they can use either in their lives or like in their work life. So I need to target areas where people are going from place to place, facilitating certain trainings or giving educational material, which is common for a lot of it's common for a lot of people, a lot of workers, a lot of caseworkers and social workers and stuff. So that's what I really want to do. They want control over their life instead of life controlling them. Passengers in their own lives, they get pushed around by emotions, cravings, distractions, or other people. Okay. They have the power to steer the ship instead of being tossed by waves. Oh, because they want to respect themselves again. Okay, as soon as it's load, I'll be on it. But that's an important question. Why do people want more to be more disciplined? I'll kind of copy and paste that. This isn't helping at all. Let's see if this is like getting anybody. I mean, there we go. Boom. Let me see. So, why do people want to be more disciplined? That is true. I think they want to feel like they're in control. I think a couple of things. They want to feel like they're in control, and they want to respect themselves. Or they want to be proud of themselves. I don't want to say because I think everybody wants discipline, but not everybody that wants to be more disciplined in an area doesn't respect themselves. So I wouldn't want to suggest that. But I think they want real results. Everybody knows that you have to be consistent to get real results. And ultimately, I think what I'm really pushing is you have to form habits and discipline are really related. And I think habits are the cheat code to discipline because you can engineer habits. You can kind of trick your mind into just wanting to do certain things or not doing certain things. He's texting me. Okay. Golly, no, exit the page. They're killing me. My computer's having a hard time doing anything. It's all frozen. Just pause. And they're not helping. I really need to get like there we go. Okay, I like these. So let me like get all of these down and then boom. Yeah. Let me see. All right, here we go. So let's pop all this in here and then we'll kind of edit it so that it looks good. So it looks better anyway. Or take out like the stuff that I don't really want to like, because I don't want to talk about all this. But I like this one. They want to control. They want control of their life instead of life controlling them. Okay, I like this. This is good. Discipline, you eat junk food. With discipline, you eat healthy because you control your emotions, not the other way around. They feel like they are in charge of their own life. They don't want to be the mercy. Discipline fixes it. Should do, but I never do it. Okay, I like that. This one I don't like as much because it's almost insult. So I feel like a lot of presentations that I've gone to, and a lot of the times when people do train, like the culture index training is a good example. They will just they'll say things that are kind of insulting, and I feel like that pushes people away. I don't want to push people away. You know, when people constantly break promises to themselves, like Steve and Jim, they lose self-respect. Okay, every time you say I'll do it tomorrow and you don't, you subconsciously tell yourself I'm weak. Confidence increase. Ooh, so they want. How about they want confidence? Again, I would rewrite this. Break promises themselves. Respect yourself. You're weak. I'll start my day on Monday. What does it say? I said I'd do it today, so I'm doing it. Who they see in the mirror again. But this isn't number 2 though. Like it's definitely not number 2. Yeah, I would say this one's above that one. Like they wanting results. Everybody knows that because what is implied in discipline is like consistency, like consistent action. I don't think that consistency is discipline itself, but I think that's what's implied in it. This one builds. Okay, so far that's number 3. I do like they want results. So most people chase motivation because they think they need it. Motivation is unreliable, and I think people understand that motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes, and regardless of how they feel. Yes, motivation. I don't feel like working out today, so I'll skip like working out, but I'll do it anyway. Results only come from the second mindset. From the dependency on motivation to act regardless of their emotions. Cells for quitting. Okay. See if this, because I mean, although I like the idea of like building confidence, like discipline builds confidence because you're being true to yourself, right? It's important. So they want to achieve big goals, but they're stuck in the small stuff. I think that is above it. Like discipline is required for big. A lot of people won't make big goals because like they don't have a record of being disciplined. Yeah, that's true. I saw that. Yeah, I did. I watched everything. But is it? Okay, so I think that's even above this one too. Of course it will, but so what? Like, hell yeah, anytime we try to do anything like this, people are just gonna like say, what are you doing? Everyone has big goals. Build a business, write a book, get fit, make 100K a year. Like that. Don't do that. Make 600K. Make 600K a year. Build a 7-figure business. Book. Fit, but they stuck doing small, unimportant tasks. Discipline is the only tool that pushes people past distractions and into productivity. Mm-hmm. What? Not even that, but see, first, right, incomplete. Marketing. Now. Motivation. Okay. Discipline builds confidence. Okay. I think they want results, and that motivation is really good. What I don't know is they want control of it. I think that's a good first one. Like why do people want to be more disciplined? They want control over their life. Number one. Number two, they know that you need discipline to accomplish big goals. People will set mediocre goals because they know they're not disciplined. They'll set goals based off of like the characteristics that they show, which might not be that good, might not have good habits that are productive habits, instead of making goals that will really push them outside their comfort zone. And you really need you need consistent, productive, needle moving action to accomplish big goals. That's what you need. Persistent, needle moving actions. And by needle, I mean like moving the project forward, whatever that thing is. That's what you need. You need that consistently. And you need to like touch some level of tenacity every single day, like multiple times a week. Like a lot of it could be routine. Like, okay, you're doing this at like, if you're trying to lose weight, you are doing a routine, right? You get into a routine, you go to the gym, you run, you stretch, you work out, you lift. And what happens to a lot of people is that they're going to the gym and they have some results and then the results stop. They feel like they've plateaued. Why are they plateauing? They're plateauing because they're not getting themselves outside the comfort zone. They've built the habit of going to the gym. They've built the habit of getting out of bed, going there and doing the thing, but they kind of do the thing in a way that's comfortable. They're just kind of lifting and they're not really pushing themselves outside their comfort zone. And that's really what's required to like have that needle moving progress and needle moving actions over a long period of time to accomplish big goals. Right? And the sad thing is that once they stop seeing the little results, then they get to the point where they're like, okay, well, this stuff, forget it. Like they lose the will to do it. They lose the drive. They're like, okay, this only got me to a certain level. I got a little bit better, but now I'm not getting better and I'm still going to the gym. And it's like, well, you have to do more than just go to the gym. Now you have to go to the gym, which in the beginning that was getting out of your comfort zone. You've developed the habit of going. Now you have to like recognize, okay, I need to actively think of ways to push myself outside my comfort zone so that I continue to have progress, so that I continue to move the needle. And that's applied to everything. That's applied to running a business. That's applied to writing a book. That's applied to whatever type of goal you want. Like if you're trying to find a partner, somebody finding a partner is like, okay, well, I need to, go out at least once a week and maybe start going to the gym so I get a little bit more fit. And I need to get on a dating app. And then they get into the routine of doing that, but they're not pushing themselves outside their comfort zone in that maybe it's go out and then also to add to that, approach 3 to 5 people that I don't know. So expand your social circle, yeah, to give yourself more opportunities to meet somebody. So they'll get into the routine of just attending an event um, or just being on online dating or whatever it is, but they don't continue to push themselves outside their comfort zone, and they get set in kind of like this mediocre going through the motions loop that doesn't really push the needle forward. So that's what I think could be beneficial. And all of this is really just like perspective, which I don't like. Like I want to actually do an activity or something where they feel like they're really practicing something to help them, that will help them. But yeah, big goals. And then people want results, not motivation. I think I guess the cat's out of the bag, or people recognize that motivation is not, it's not a reliable resource. It's not like some that you'll be motivated once a month and that's it. And maybe not even then, you'll be motivated very, very rarely. So, instead of motivation, you want results, and results don't come with motivation. They come with consistent action that moves the needle forward, which requires a level of tenacity. So, and that's, I think, a smaller point than the one before it. So number 1 point, they want to feel more control of their lives. Number 2 point, which is another big point, they want to work towards and accomplish big goals. And then number 3 point, which is a smaller point, is they want results, not just motivation. Motivation is trash. And then this would be number 4, it builds confidence. Boom, builds confidence. I think that's a big one, because then you're true to yourself. And I think with the builds confidence, and that's when you have to think about, like, what are your core values? What's your authentic purpose? And is this goal that you have for yourself in line with both core values and authentic purpose? And what will stack the deck in your favor is if you are, whatever you're going after, can you go after it in a way that's in line with the strengths that you have, whatever those strengths are? Whether you know a whole lot about a certain industry, or you have some type of hobby that you've done for years and are really good at that somehow can help you get there. Whatever the goal is, can it be in line with a strength that you have, you have? And I think you can look at strengths differently as like just being good at something and just having a whole lot of passion for something. This isn't really saying like do what you're passionate about. That's not really what I'm saying. But if you have the ability to go after something that is in line with the strength of yours, then I think that stacks the deck in your favor. Yeah. Let me see. They want freedom, but they think it comes from comfort. I don't know if I like that one. They want freedom, but they think it comes from comfort. Most people believe freedom comes from doing what you want when you want, but real freedom comes from having control over yourself. I think that's like the same point that I just said. So I don't like that. Yeah. Lack of discipline is why they feel stuck. They want a stronger mind because they feel weak inside. Most people feel mentally fragile. One setback, they quit. One rejection, they stop. One hard day, they give up. Discipline builds a mental tough mind. It teaches them to keep going no matter what. I'm too tired. I'll do it tomorrow. With discipline, I'm tired, but I'm doing it anyway. What they really want, mental toughness, to be the type of person who doesn't quit easily. So they want, this is saying like they want resilience. They want to have resilience. But I think all of that just goes into they want to accomplish something big. Like they want to do something big. They either want to do something big or they want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. But all of that requires not only like consistent action, but resilience in the face of being knocked back. Like what happens if you're trying to lose weight and then you get hurt, right? Yeah, you're trying to lose weight and then like you pull something. Like what do you do then? And the disciplined mind can get through that. Not necessarily saying you just go and continually injure yourself, but you get creative in the name of that goal. And I think it really has to be, you have to adopt a certain type of lifestyle in whatever area it is. Like what if you're trying to start a business and then like some other thing comes along, some other technology that just completely wipes you out, like, or like challenges you in a way that the death of the business is really possible. Like, what do you do in the name of that? Like COVID's a great example. Like the people, disciplined people made it through. I have a lot of respect for anybody that made it through, had their business make it through COVID, because they had to. Some businesses probably didn't get impacted as much. Like I feel like mental health probably benefited from it because it really changed. It changed all of it. It changed the industry in a good way, but there's other businesses, that just restaurant businesses. Like if a restaurant made it through COVID, that is pretty impressive. Maybe they just had a whole lot of money or laid off a bunch of employees, but a lot of people had to get really creative to make it through that. They had to be very resilient. It takes a level of resilience to think up, to just not give up and to start thinking creatively to solve the problem. Because no matter what your goal is, you're going to hit a roadblock that's going to be really difficult to get over. And I think the discipline, this is starting to become, I think discipline is starting to become like an umbrella term, and it'd be more useful to be a bit more specific, or just present discipline as an umbrella term. You're like, okay, well, discipline's a lot of things. It's this, it's this, it's this, and like this is my definition of it. And I do have to like come up with a really good definition. But yeah, to me, this is just saying the same thing again: mental toughness, resilience. They know that a disciplined mind. How about they know that a disciplined mind will get them through tough times. Okay, hold on. Use the following format to explain that people want to be more disciplined because they know that a disciplined mind will be more, make more resilient in the face of tough times. See what it comes up with. Who is coming to me? Sorry, I'm like, oh shoot, what's this? All right, let me go back. Bloop, there we go. Okay, so they want resilience because life is always going to be hard. Why it matters: life is unpredictable. Hardships, failures, and setbacks will always come. Without discipline, people crumble under pressure. Okay, I like all this. It's true. Like, it's inevitable that you're going to face a challenge. Like, things are going to happen. Who could have? Oh yeah, no, that's all. That stuff is really good. I think this is useful. I honestly do. I legit think it's useful. Let's see what we got. What number am I on? 4. This is 5. Okay. They want resilience because life is always going to be hard. Why it matters: life is unpredictable. Without discipline, people crumble under pressure. But with discipline, they build resilience, the ability to keep moving forward, even when life punches them in the face. Discipline makes you mentally unshakable. So when tough times hit, you don't fold. Without discipline, I'm overwhelmed. I'll just give up for now. how about not that I'll give up? Nobody wants to tell themselves that not even that, like I'll take a break from now. For now, I'll just take a break, and then I'll just take a break, and that becomes like just quitting. To know they won't fall apart when life gets hard, to have the strength to keep going no matter what. And what was the true difference between the visionary and everybody that worked for them, that basically ran their business for them? The visionary would take that leap of faith, and that's an important point. I want to talk about that in this presentation. That who was it that wrote that book, Traction? But in the book Traction, the author talks about the integrator of a business and operations managers and all these other people versus the visionary, the person that comes up with the business, brings it to life, and makes it grow, and or at least like starts it and like helps it survive. And really, what it was, and I learned this in like a behavioral analytics training that I did, is that because they talked about visionary and like basically everybody else, because that's really what it is. It's like there's the visionary that brings this business to life, and then there's everybody else that works for that visionary. Not that they are like useless or like lesser people, but in the world of the business, they're not as important as a visionary. This doesn't exist without the visionary. And the true difference between the visionary and everybody else is that the visionary knows deep down inside that they're capable, that they have a belief in themselves that's unshakable. They know that no matter what, they're going to figure it out. And everybody that works underneath them, they're not comfortable with that. They don't believe in themselves that way. They don't believe in themselves. There's a lot of them. Everybody underneath the visionary is the type of person that needs to be part of a team. They don't want to go out into the world and try to do something on their own, where all the accountability, or a large portion, the ultimate accountability, the most important type of accountability, is on them. The accountability that says this business lives or it dies based on your decision making. And the difference between everybody else in that visionary is that belief in themselves. They're willing to take on that accountability role, and they know that when push comes to shove, if shit hits the fan and their business is really threatened, they'll figure out a way to make it survive. And they're just not afraid of stuff. They're not afraid of the same things that like other people, the people that work for them, are afraid of. Like getting sued, or like something like COVID happening, or some other technology coming around that really threatens their business in a real way. Like they know in their heart that they're going to figure it out. They're going to do whatever they need to do to figure it out. The book was it? Angela Duckworth wrote a book called Grit. And I think that is another way of looking at what the visionary has within themselves. Like or maybe it's just a portion of their belief, but it's this grit that they know they have. And I think that might be another piece of it too. There's the belief in yourself that you have to have. And then there is there's needing to have grit, but also like knowing that you have the grit, and I think grit is more, I think it's a complicated term. I think it's more than just like, oh, I'm going to work hard when I have to, or like, oh, well, if push comes to shove, I'll just do the work that's necessary, whatever it is, to figure it out and make it happen. And I know that I'll be laser focused and figure it out. And I have a lot of confidence in my ability to figure it out, because I'll start thinking at a higher level, like it'll elevate my game. I think that's a lot of what it is. It's such an internal, like spiritual thing. I think this grit and this belief in yourself, like to me, I think of it as like athletes. Like there's athletes out there, there's people who are athletic and they like being the best person on the court. And when they are the best person on the court, it like elevates their game, because it kind of strokes their ego and increases their confidence. And they start doing things on the court that's like better, right? But if you put them on a court where people are better than them, it kind of discourages them and they play worse than they normally would play. And then there's people who thrive on competition and they get bored when they're the best person on the court, when they're like the athletically best person or even just like the skill. But when you put those people on a court or on a football field or on whatever with people that are better than them, it elevates their game. Or even if they're just faced off with somebody that's better than them or that really challenges them, it excites them and they thrive on that. And it's that type of person that I think when you think of like grit in business or like that belief in yourself, they know that once they're faced with a real challenge, they're going to become much more laser focused and it's going to really increase their performance. It's going to increase their performance. And they know they have that within them and they'll tap into that when they need, like when they have to. When it's time to tap into that, they will tap into that and they will survive. I think it's been forever since I've read Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. But I remember that being a big part of it because it's much more of a philosophical book. And it's about like when your back's against the wall, can you tap into something? Not saying that that's really what he's talking about, but I think it's within the same realm. It's because it's about a belief in yourself. And I think you can really only believe in yourself that way if you've been faced with that challenge and you tapped into it. It's like, oh, okay, that's there. I didn't know I was capable of this. But you won't know if you're capable of it if you take that leap and really go after something. Because then if you really go after something that you really care about, then you give yourself the opportunity to be challenged in that way. And then once you're challenged in that way, then you get to find out, okay, I can do this or I can't do this. And that's kind of, I don't know, I guess that's just grit. But that's the resilience thing. That's why I think people who, I don't know how I got all the way to like visionaries and stuff, but I don't know. And I'm not sure if discipline can create that in somebody, you know? To me, honestly, discipline is more about like routine and the tenacity is more about elevation. The tenacity, like discipline is routine, consistent action that moves the needle. And then there has to be an element of tenacity that's added to that. And tenacity is like my word for grit. Yeah, I think it's like a more specific, to me, just in my mind, a more specific term. Like it makes more sense to say tenacity to me. But let me see. So discipline builds confidence. They want resilience. They want to stop escaping their problems. Okay. I don't know. Do any of these? Because this seventh one, they want to stop escaping their problems, is closely related to what's it called? Is closely related to mental health or just healthcare workers and caseworkers and so like that's the one that would attract them. Like don't escape your problems, face your problems. That point would be a big one for them. I'll face this task even if it's hard. I kind of like it. I would say add it in there. It makes a lot of sense. Let me see where we're at. So for now, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I think there's a scoreboard in the mind, and you can like win that scoreboard. You would just start winning consistently. Most people feel like losers, and they don't know. There is this element of I'm not going to put that in there, but I do think when it comes to ourself, sorry, I have to. Yeah. They want to unlock their full potential. This is a big one. This one's way bigger than all of them. Let me see. Though they want results that motivate. I think this locked is like a 3. Is it better than like they want to achieve big goals? Oh, that's like we'll put that as like a. I'll just keep it here because it's very close to wanting to achieve big goals. Build something meaningful, become stronger. Door. Yeah, I like it. What's the other one? Oh, it's 6. So this is 7. Oh, I like this so much. This is so fun. Sorry, I'm texting. Okay. Unlock full potential. They want peace, but they think comfort brings it. Hmm. Hmm. I would reorganize these though. Like, self-respect, power over their life, mental toughness. Let's see. Build confidence. I would put in there build confidence and control over their life. Yeah, like what? How's that not in there? Well, power over their life. I said control over. That's good though. Yeah, and the inner peace, like all of it. And the only way to get those things, discipline. I like this. This is a good YouTube video, to be honest. But yeah, I like this. It would be really shortened though. It'd be really short. They want control of it. Yeah, I'll have to really shorten this. This is way too much stuff. Way too much. But I do think this is a good, you know. And I mean, like, I want to get through this in like 10 minutes or 5 minutes. That's what I'm saying. Like, it would have to be quick. Think willpower. Okay. Okay, good. So what I'm saying is I'm opening with why do people want to be disciplined? To be more disciplined. Because that's important, you know. Of their life. So the first question that I asked myself was, why do people want to be more disciplined? This is all fun. It's all fun and games. Until somebody gets hurt. Okay. So now my next like issue. Okay, so we're doing the psychology of discipline. Great. Some structure. So if you happen to watch it, you can just click it, playlist. You can time it to play on your phone. But I will tell you that if you have a daily reminder to look at anything that is in the realm of the tasks that you need to do on a day-to-day basis and work towards your goals, you will stack the deck in the favor of you doing the correct action to get to those goals. So, for example, if you want to eat healthy, not saying forget my videos. If you want to eat healthy and you had a lineup of 365 just YouTube videos, and you just woke up every day and it was timed that it would just come on your phone and start playing, or you just knew to click on a link and it would start playing. If you did that every single morning, it would put in your head, it would give you a different perspective for that day to eat healthy. Because maybe it's a video about like why, if your weakness is alcohol, like why alcohol is bad for you, or maybe it's just like, oh, here's like how to cook these healthy meals. It's not that you have to pick those healthy meals. And it's not that you have to like eat whatever they're doing or buy whatever supplements they're talking about. It's the fact that a 2 to 5 minute video is playing and going in your mind and giving you the message of live a healthy lifestyle. And you're seeing that, and it's kind of replaying every single day in your head. And it stacks the deck in your favor that you're going to make better decisions. It just stacks the deck. And that's what you want to do. You want to do as many actions that are set conditions as much as possible to stack the deck in your favor. Stack the deck in your favor. That's what you want to do. Yes, like if you want to go to the gym, if you're like, I need to go to the gym 5 days a week, well then Monday through Friday, if you just put on a video of like these workouts, you don't have to do those workouts, but it stacks the deck in your favor that you're going to choose to go there. It's just going to put it in your head, and you want to put that in your head as much as possible to stack the deck versus like not even consuming anything about that thing that you want to do. Then you're just kind of relying on only your willpower. Like you can construct an environment that'll make it much more likely that you'll do the thing that you need to do to get where you want to go in whatever realm it is. And social media is perfect for that. I know they always say social media is bad, but if it's used wisely, it can help you move forward. It can help you move forward. I don't have 1,000 followers. That's exactly what I went on there immediately and was like, oh, you have to have 1,000 followers. I've been doing this long enough, but just build it. That's why there's worksheets, because everybody learns differently. There's a list of videos, but with the videos it's coupled with like worksheets. So maybe somebody's like, you know what, I'll do this if I like every single morning, woke up, printed out, and like did a worksheet in the name of mental strength. Okay, that helps them. Or maybe it'd be better for them to just click on the website and watch the video every day. I'll watch like a different video every day. There's enough videos within my platform, at least, to last forever. Right? But maybe they just need enough to get the ball rolling. Maybe you just do a portion of it and then you expand out as you get more advanced. Yeah. Because the reality is that there's discipline, but you only need discipline in the very beginning. If you see somebody eating a salad with no dressing and drinking water and that's their lunch, and you're like, oh wow, you're really disciplined, you only like, you don't eat any junk, like this is just how you eat. Well, that's not really them exercising discipline, that's them performing a habit that they have. That's like you witnessing them doing something that they've developed a habit of. You're witnessing a habit. Only in the formation of the habit do you actually need discipline, which is what I'm going to get into next, is that you need a small amount of discipline to form that habit. Yeah, you get yourself in the habit of doing it. And if you're very strategic about how you form habits, then you can form them really quick. But if you're not strategic, then you just have to do the thing multiple times for like a few weeks, you know, for a while, until it becomes a habit. So I guess that's how you look at it. But no matter what, you still need some discipline. So, you know, you're wrong, you're off. But you're not, because I'm too good. I'm too good. I'm too good. Too good, Caleb. Sorry. Sorry. Too good, Caleb. Sorry. Sorry. Get more embarrassed. Hell yes. He goes, I'm too good, Caleb. Sorry. Too good, Caleb. Sorry. Think about this all day. Zaps. Me. Get disciplined. Get disciplined. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's been an hour and a half doing this. I'm not sure what to do next. So I have like an outline, but this whole outline is going to get erased and be like really short. I think telling them why is important. So you get to that point. And then talking about the difference between willpower and self-control is helpful. I think that'd be useful. I don't know what questions a person would ask themselves. Let me see. I think you go right into, habit formation, creating. Okay. If I could just talk about that. And then I think this worksheet would be good. A lot of it is just like asking yourself a question. What would be useful for me though? Like, what are areas where people want to be more disciplined? Oh, really? Waking up early. Wow, interesting. Okay, this is good now. Now we're talking. Now I'm getting stuff like waking up. So health I already knew. Like health is too easy. But I didn't think waking up early. Focus because oh wow, staying focused. Okay. Managing emotions because they're tired of overreacting. That makes sense. People are just angry. You need to go to therapy for that. Consistency. Ah, yes. Spending less money because they struggle with impulse control. This is actually really informative. This is really informative. Shamed when they blow money on things they don't need. They regret not saving earlier. Building a business or side hustle because they want financial freedom. I think that's a big one, like building a business or side hustle, social discipline because they want stronger connections. Yeah. And what gets in the way of that too? controlling their time because they waste too much of it. Saying no because they're people pleasers. Because they're people pleasers. Damn, this is like super good. This one is really informative. Like I didn't even think about this. No, just okay. Health and fitness is like common. Like I already know this for sure. You know, because they hate feeling out of shape. He like, no, you don't want to become a fitness guru. Like that's not what I am. I will never be that. Like this is just not what I am. But health and fitness is like a big one. I wouldn't even put that on top though. Like forget health. Like I get it. There's a method to do this though. Put on your phone and just click it and see if it increases your likelihood of that would be useful. Like if I do that, so one thing that I believe, I really do believe this too, is that so how long does it take to build a habit? Right? How long does it take to build a habit? You know what I mean? So how long does it take to build a habit? Because it's like if it takes 3 weeks, that's 21 days. Say you want to start working out. So put together a clickable Excel of videos that they can watch 2 times a day. 2 times a day. So that means you would need 42 videos, 42 health videos, starting from beginner to like advanced, and then and they're 2 to 5 minutes long, or maybe no longer than 10 minutes, because a lot of the health videos take a while. You open that up and then you just click on it and you watch it, and then it puts in your head that hey, working out's important and you need to do it today. And then you start thinking about your own workout and you have additional ideas of what kind of workout you want to do. And it's just an easy thing to do, and you can just do it from your phone. And that will stack the deck in your favor of actually working out. And then with that, you get a workout journal that says, this is what I've done, this is my goal, blah, blah, blah. And that's your workout daily planner. And then every day you're doing your thing. That I think is absolutely perfect. It's awesome. I think you do one for that. I think you do one for health. And then I think you do one for working, a daily planner for working out, a daily planner for health, and then I don't know what other habits. Like do a daily planner for each one of these things. Controlling their time, social discipline, a daily planner for finding a partner. I like all that, and it's just like a 3-month planner. I think the first one's for fitness because that's the easiest one. The next one is for eating healthy. Oh, the next one is for substance abuse. The substance abuse planner. I like that because that's really common. So eating fitness, eating healthy, substance abuse planner, and then finding a partner. And then you just track your progress every 3 months on this, and you go through. You build this like a business. Like, oh man, oh my goodness. Okay. So let's see what's got. Let me pull up blah blah. Building long-term habit influenced by factors such as habit complexity. Okay. A study published in the European Journal of Social Psychology found that on average, it takes about 66 days for a behavior to become automatic, with individual times ranging from 18 to 254 days. What year was that? More research from the University of South Australia is data from 2,100 participants across 20 studies and found that forming new habits typically takes about 106 to 154 days, though some individuals form habit in as few as 4 days or as many as 335 days. Wow. These findings suggest that while a common belief is that habits form in 21 days, the reality is that habit formation is a longer process, often requiring consistent effort over several months. To increase the likelihood of establishing a lasting habit, experts recommend strategies such as starting with simple actions, using reminders, reducing barriers to the new behavior, being flexible and patient, rewarding progress, and maintaining consistency. Something which involves pairing a new habit with an existing one can be effective. This method leverages established routines to introduce new behaviors more seamlessly into daily life. I like all that. All that stuff is really good. But it sucks that it's like 100. So what would we say? 106 to, I think that's important to know. 18 to 254 days. 106 to 154 days. I would say 150 then, which means that you have to find 300 videos. But I guarantee you, with all the stuff online, there are more than 350 things. So let me see. I wonder if, is there research on like simpler habits? Because I'm thinking maybe there's like a stack, like, okay, well, to build the habit of doing something really simple, like improving your diet in just one little thing, like that doesn't take very long. I don't know, like really require less time to form compared to more complex one. Okay, good. We need that information. We need that information big time. All this stuff is important. I like how I'm like building this whole thing live on both, but Instagram can't really see it because I can't share my screen. Also got some beds available. I think my dog out yet. Shit, I don't think I did. Fuck. Okay, I'm going to end the stream.